All right, I apologize for the lighting. This is really crappy lighting in here. I was doing some editing, didn't like how it was getting edited. I missed a lot of stuff, didn't like the camera angles, a couple things like that. So I'm gonna try to get this one in my home office here. And I wanna talk about instruction. And more or less, hopefully, our senior instructors that are out there, already know this and is aware, but if you ever are in the thing of training instructors, then I think this might be a good point to put into your instruction. And I know this was always one thing that I tried to stress my kids about, and it is pay attention to detail. Okay, so like have your eyes focused in on your students that you're teaching, right? And I'm talking more about like adults, because adults, as we all know, adults' minds don't ever get old. A lot of our adult minds, they don't grow old like our body does. Our minds say, yeah, we can still do it. Our bodies say, no, you can't. And more times than none, our bodies are going to be correct, and they win 99.9% of the time. So with us being instructors and the younger instructors, and maybe even instructors that haven't got this taught to them, or they just kind of like didn't, they just kind of lost it. Through a couple years and everything, but being aware of if an adult student is stretching the wrong way, kicking the wrong way, not pivoting their foot, a lot of details get missed, and I think we have to be more like have a hawk eye when it comes to like watching all of our students and making sure that they aren't going to hurt themselves, because adults will hurt themselves very easy. I mean, I've done it numerous times. Thank God I was a little bit younger, but still I was out for a week or two because I punched wrong and sprained thumbs, sprained toes. Those are very common in the Taekwondo world. We do a lot of kicks, bruised shins, things like that. So we need to be more aware of making sure that our adult students aren't hurting themselves. Either, verbally, explain like, okay, guys, like, don't hurt yourselves. Take it easy. This is the motion, and tell them if you feel any kind of discomfort in hips where it feels like it's bone on bone, stop and I'll come over, and then we'll see what we can do and see if we can see what I can see and fix if you're doing something wrong or what it is. And why I bring this subject up is I had a student teaching just a warm-up. He was just going through a warm-up with my adult students, and this happened to one of my adult black belts. And he was doing some stretching. He was pretty flexible, and he was doing a stretch that he can do, but adults that weren't flexible could not do. And the student tore her knee. She was an older student, tore her knee, and she had to actually go in for surgery just because she was trying to emulate what this young 17, 18-year-old instructor was doing, and her body wasn't doing that. So even with that, that's where the eye has to come in. All right? That's where us as instructors have to kind of humble ourselves and, okay, it's not about me. I don't need to show off at all with this group. Like, what I have to do is I have to make sure that they're doing everything right, and they're stretching the right way, they're kicking the right way, striking the right way. That's kind of our jobs, is being very conscious and seeing the little details that a lot of people miss. That is a very important part of being an instructor. It's just not knowing the material and then just teaching the material. It's seeing these little details of, oh, you need to pivot. You're not pivoting real good. Or if they do have, if they can't get kicks above their hips, which, the older we get, the lower our kicks get as well. Then, just have them do the right motion, pivot, chamber, kick, re-chamber down, whatever it is. But don't have them try to go so high, bring it down to where their level is, so then they can be comfortable, and so they can come back the next day. Because the school owners, they don't want their junior instructors to not have this eagle eye sort of set when they're, stretching out their adults. Then the adults hurt themselves, and now you just lost a student because your junior instructor didn't have his eye on the adult students. He was focused on his stretching and looking good and all that. So we need to humble ourselves as instructors. It's a pandemic of, I'm an instructor, I'm a badass, look what I can do. When you become an instructor, it's not about you anymore. It's not about us anymore. It's about our students, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's, once we take that role as being a school owner or an instructor, we've taken that role of, I did everything that I wanted to do. I will still train, but the competing, it's about me. I'm going to try to be the best I can as being a student. I'm still going to be a student, but I'm going to now focus on other people and make them just as good as I am, or just as good as I can get them. Whatever it is. It's just, we really have to learn and be aware of being humble and what that takes. And it's not easy. It's not easy being a humble martial artist with really good techniques, because, who doesn't want to be a movie star when they got, Jackie Chan skills? A lot of kids do. And, they get a lot of encouragement from their parents, from grandparents. Oh, you're the best person that I've ever seen, blah, blah, blah. And kids get kind of big-headed too soon. And then they're like, okay, well, I want to instruct now. But it's just like, well, okay, but do you have the actual skills to be an instructor? Or is it, well, I know the material and I know I can teach it? Well, there's a little bit more to it than that. So really, that's all I got for you guys. Go ahead, comment down below what you think about this. And go ahead, like, subscribe. And until next time, train hard, train smart. See you then.